Hit record. All right, guys. Well, welcome to our November 2025 free masterclass with Soul CEO. My name is Rachel Picard. I'm your host. And this conversation is so exciting because if you have been trying or dying to create income online and you're thinking like, how do I actually monetize my scroll? How do I turn creating content into actual sales? This is going to be some aha moments for you guys here today. Now, the cool thing is what I'm going to share with you is completely, it works on every single niche. It works with every single product or service. It doesn't matter what background that you have. You can use the framework that I'm going to give you tonight to start seeing better results. And if you're already making $1,000 a month, I hope to give you some tidbits of how to turn that $1,000 a month into $1,000 a week, or even like I'm experiencing $1,000 plus days online. If you guys could get excited about $1,000 a month, drop 1K in the chat. I'm not gonna sniff or I love those. I have 5 to 10 different income streams at any given month. I'll share with you a few of them that have been kind of shockingly consistent for me. And some of them are anywhere from $200 to $1,200 a month. It doesn't pay all the bills, but man, it adds up really, really quickly. And I'm going to share with you exactly how I do that tonight. This is going to be continuing the conversation of this shift. And my prayer is that you guys shift how you look at building your business. I pray that you guys shift how you look at creating content. How many guys are posting right now online? Drop a three. Me, you're posting, trying to cultivate leads. You're posting, trying to create interest. You're showing up daily or weekly in lives, in reels, in stories, and you're trying to, kind of cultivate some intrigue about what it is that you offer. My goal is to show you guys how you can flip your strategy to create and scale to $1,000 months, then weeks, and then even days. I do have a special gift at the end. There's no hard pitch. In fact, my core offer, which is my upper room mastermind, is closed for enrollment right now. So I don't have an offer for you guys. We will have an awesome Black Friday sale that starts on Wednesday. You get an email about that if you're on our list for Soul CEO. But I have a special gift at the end. So I want to make sure that you're leaving here tonight with the tools you need to put this into place. So at the end, I do have a free gift, but there's no like pitch. This is literally just straight value of teaching you guys what I'm doing to make $1,000 days. How many of you guys feel this in your soul? Drop a four. The digital landscape has changed. What worked last year isn't working anymore. What worked in 2023 or 2022 or 2020 or even before the pandemic, it is not working. How many guys have been at this long enough that you're like, my posts aren't hitting anymore? Drop four, 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 four. Like what I was doing and that was cultivating leads, it's not getting the same responses. There is a massive shift that is happening right now online. I have noticed it, my fellow colleagues that are successful in the space, and we have already pivoted our strategy to see better results. And so part of why you're here tonight is because you want those better results, right? By the end of this class, here's my promise to you. You're going to understand why posting alone is no longer converting. Like why just simply posting about your product or your information or your service or your opportunity isn't enough. I'm going to show you guys how to actually create an asset that works for you while you take your kids to school, take them to co-op, go to church, go shopping, go on a date night, vacation, or while you rest. Amen. How many guys want to profit passively? Then we got to create assets for you that work for you. I'm going to share with you my 3-step system that is producing $1,000 days right now, as well as how to build a digital storefront in under a week. Drop a 5 if you get a little tech overwhelmed. Like the idea of tech, the idea of website building or funnels, like it's just like, maybe it makes your brain itchy. Me too. In fact, by the way, I will say I am the least techie internet marketer. I don't like when it's hard at all. Please, I love plug and play. So I'm going to show you guys how to build a digital storefront with no website building, no coding, In fact, it's so easy if you know how to send an email or upload a file, like as an attachment in an email. If you can upload an attachment, you can build a storefront to make sales. I'm also going to share with you how to diversify your income immediately into at least two different income streams, if not three, without actually taking away from your core business. How many guys drop a six that this was the core reason you're here tonight? Drop a six if you're like, I want to diversify. I love what I have. Maybe you don't love what you have anymore. No, don't need to express that in the chat. Keep it to yourself if you want to. But some of you guys, I get your messages. I do coaching all over the direct sales space. None of this is shocking to me, and there's a big pivot that is happening. A lot of people are looking to diversify their income, but they maybe don't want to take away from their core business, or they're going to let their business roll, and they're moving into a different direction. I'm going to share with you the one missing tactic that almost 99% of all direct sellers do not know. A little bit of background about me. And again, I apologize for my voice if you're just hopping on. Super sick, but I'm here to play. I'm here to serve, all right? My name is Rachel Picard. I am the founder of Soul CEO. I built a multiple seven-figure digital empire. I have served over 1,000 students faithfully through Soul CEO products, coaching, and masterminds. And I have recruited over 1,000 people separately into my network marketing or direct sales business. I think all of that is really exciting, but I think the most exciting, enthralling thing about me is that little boy. That's the most interesting thing about my life is Cash and soon to be baby Bean. I am heavily pregnant. So if I'm also sounding winded, it's because I am due in 5 weeks. So heavily pregnant. But I am so determined to show up to show you that there is a simple way. Guys, comment simple and sacred in the chat. That there's a simple way to profit online. That there's a way that selling can actually feel sacred. That it actually can feel like, you know what, God has called me to bring this information to a chosen people, an assignment that was given just for me. If you guys want something that's simple and sacred, drop a seven in the chat. That is the number of completion. It's the idea that you feel so good and so aligned with what you're doing that it's not like you don't feel ick. Often I do so much coaching and people are like, I feel so icky about posting. I feel so icky about sharing. I'm like, that may be a sign that you're not aligned with the appropriate calling that God has for you. Now, if you want to get connected further, please join our free Facebook group. It is called Soul CEO. We do these monthly live master classes. We also record most of them, not all of them, but most of them are recorded for replay. And they are almost, I would say 90% of the time, they're just value. Like I'm not selling anything, I'm not sharing anything. I share my favorite tools. I think you guys like that, right? I share my favorite tips. I share, like, I love this software. But it's really just to serve the Christian business community and those that want to profit online. Also, every Wednesday we have Wisdom Wednesday, and this is where you can come and get free coaching. How many guys would love to have a millionaire look at your business? Drop an eight in the chat. You'd love to have somebody who has made seven figures look at your brand or look at your business or give you some advice or give you some direction scripturally. With Wisdom Wednesday, we open it up. We have a thread every week, and you're allowed to comment in there, or I give you directions of where to go comment, and then I'll answer your specific questions. And then every week we post a micro study, and it might be something like this last week we talked about Peter and the nets, which is a scripture story that most of us have read in the Gospel of Luke about how Peter fished all night. And then Jesus said, well, why don't you go a little deeper? Why don't we switch your direction here? And, I would say he was a little skeptical. He's like, Lord, I've been doing this all a long time. Like he was an expert fisherman, but because you say so. And what happened? It was massive overflow. It was redirection. It was realignment. And so I'll give you guys micro studies to keep you guys in the word and to help you guys growing in your faith. You can find that link to join in my stand store at the bottom. Also, Instagram, if you ever want to connect with me one-on-one, this is the best place to DM me. My Facebook is wildly busy. The notifications, the messages, Messenger is nuts. DM is one of the best places. Also, I'm a little bit more active on Instagram. So I typically am only on Facebook for my groups. I'm way more active on Instagram. So connect with me there. I'd love to help in any way that I can. I want to start off with some scripture. How many guys got your Bible? Hold up your Bible if you followed directions and brought the Word of God to this call. This business is not only for God, it's built with God, and we can never have a masterclass without actually diving into scripture. I was praying recently, how am I helping, Lord, how do I help these entrepreneurs that are feeling the shift of wanting to succeed online? How do I help them break through some of the self-limiting beliefs? How do I help them see the faith and see the vision that you have for them and the calling on their life? And he gave me this scripture. Let's open it up to Second Kings. It's about a quarter of the way through. It's if you go to the New Old Testament, which is the front of the Bible, it's about a quarter of the way through after Samuel and Second Samuel and First Kings. We get to Second Kings and chapter 4. I'm going to read in verse 1. This is the story of the widow. Now the wife of one of the sons of the prophets cried to Elisha, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that your servant, her husband, feared the Lord. But the creditors come to take my two children to be his slaves." And Elisha said to her, "What should I do for you? Tell me, what do you have in the house?" And she said, "Your servant," meaning her, "has nothing in the house except for a jar of oil." And then he said, "Go outside and borrow vessels from all of your neighbors, empty vessels, and not too few." Write that down in your notes. Not too few. He said, "Go get as many vessels, get as many jars, get as many pots as you can, and don't get too few of them, get a bunch." He said, verse 4, "Then go in and shut the door behind yourself and your doors and pour and your sons and pour into all these vessels. And when one is full, set it aside." So she went from him, Elisha, shut the door behind herself and the sons. And as she poured, they brought vessels to her. And when the vessels were full, she said to her son, "Bring me another vessel." And he said to her, "There is not another one." And then the oil stopped flowing. Verse 7, she came and told the man of God, Elisha. He said, and he said, "Go sell the oil." Mind you, she's just filled up her entire home of all these vessels of oils. He said, "Sell the oil and pay your debts, and you and your sons can live on the rest." Now, what is the takeaway here? One, she went to God. She went to a man of God when she was in need. Her faith was strong. What she had on hand was little. How many guys feel? Drop a 9 in the chat. Do you feel you are coming to the marketplace with little? Sometimes you feel like, I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I'm talented enough. I only have this jar of oil. I have this one thing, this one idea, this one talent, this one gift. I don't know if it's enough. This widow said, "I have nothing to my name but a jar of oil." And what God told her to do through Elisha was to increase her faith, to go get vessels and to pour. And notice that all of those vessels were full until the moment she ran out. The moment she ran out of containers, the moment that she couldn't take on any more of the miraculous oil, which was wealth. Guys, write this down. Oil equals wealth in this story. So as much as she believed, as much as her and her sons would gather all these vessels, that's what God said. Okay, that's what you get. And it must have been a ton, guys, because it was enough to pay all of her debts. And it said her sons could live on the rest. My question to you as an entrepreneur today, how do you expect overflow if you don't have the vessels? If you don't have the containers, if you don't have the structure, if you don't have the jars for the oil to fill? Can I get an amen in the chat? How many guys have been expecting overflow and no structure? You have overflow and no vessels. You have overflow and all you have is the hands. How much olive oil can we hold in our hands? A cup? A couple ounces? Not much. We have got to be strategic. God blesses those that have structure. God blesses order. I did a new spiritual equipping library for our Soul CEO students. It's 13 audios, and one of them is all about how God blesses order. And there's scripture after scripture in the Bible how God is a God of order. And your disorder, your disorganization, your lack of willing to actually put something in place, you are expecting overflow, you are expecting abundance, and you are not being obedient to set it up. Now, I'm a big fan of documentation. Let me show you my vessels. In the last 72 hours, I have generated 182 leads. I averaged 10 leads on a bad day and 50 leads on a normal day. I've generated over 20,000 leads on my lists online to date. Now, what does that turn into? As I told you guys, $1,000 plus days. Now, some days are 100, some days are 300, 365, 379, $600, 908, and some are $1,400. Some are $1,500. Look at that one day, $15,000. And by the way, that is not my largest day online. My largest day online is well over $50,000 in one day, and I'm not talking about network marketing. So I'm sharing this, guys. I don't share this to brag. I'm not sharing it to boast. I'm sharing it to let you know that I know how this works and that what I have done is Lord has given me the education and the knowledge to create vessels and how to build a structure to receive overflow. If you guys are ready for the training, say I'm ready in the chat. If you guys want to know how to do this, say I'm ready, show me in the chat. Okay, because I'm gonna literally unveil everything that I do at the most simplistic level, and I want you to know that none of it is hard. Amen. None of it is hard. It is super, super easy to do. Let's talk a little bit more about the shift so you understand why we have to do it. Here's harsh truth. If your business, your sales, or your enrollments disappear when you stop posting, write this down. You don't have a business, you have a habit. If your monthly enrollments, personally, or your monthly sales, or your new clients stop the moment you stop posting curiosity posts, you don't have a business, you have a habit. Meaning you have a good habit of creating content. And a habit might be profitable, but for some of you guys, it's not. But would you guys agree that that habit is a hamster wheel? Yes? The moment you stop posting and you get off the hamster wheel, what happens? It slows down. Now, the way the algorithm works for the most part of the content you guys have been taught to create. Now, what I do not teach my clients and my students how to create this. I teach posts, I teach reels, I teach stories. You guys are stuck in the content that lasts for a day, that lasts and performs for 48 to 72 hours. You're stuck producing posts and captions and status updates that literally have no long-term generating viewership and visibility for you. I teach a totally different method inside of Upper Room. Okay. So when you jump off of the hamster wheel, it stops. Why doesn't the post and pray method work anymore? It used to work. Can I tell you guys a story? I joined a weight loss company in 2011. I joined a weight loss company in 2011. Some of you guys know me from that company. If you do, drop a one in the chat. Some of you guys know me from that company. I joined that company and we had a script and it said, I just joined the challenge. My goal is to lose 15 pounds in 90 days. I'm looking for 3 people to do it with me. How many of you guys who just typed one remember that script? It was on the Getting Started training, and we taught everyone to post that in 2011 and 2012 and 2013 on their status update. And guys, absolutely nobody's would get 50 to 60 comments. What are you doing? Tell me about this challenge. I want to lose weight too. What's this 90-day thing? Tell me about this shake that tastes like cake. That type of posting doesn't work anymore. And here's the biggest problem. Because you don't own your audience, your platforms that you're on right now control your reach. How many guys know this to be true? You have 5,000 friends, but you're only getting 50 comments, 50 likes on a good day. You got 3,000 followers, but you're only getting 30 likes and three comments. One of them is your mom, who's like your token like and your token comment. Thanks, Mamacita. But here's another thing: the algorithm can shift without warning. Another reason why this isn't working, there's no automatic follow-up, there's no nurturing, and there's no natural conversion path. In back in 2011, back in 2015 even, and maybe even 2019, you could post almost anything that was intriguing. And people were like, tell me more. But the world has shifted since COVID. Everyone flooded online. Everyone got saturated online. And so everyone has now been in tune and been watching marketers flood the social spheres. So you are being drowned out by other people who are screaming louder than you. If you get this, say I get it. Let me ask you this. If you agree with any of these, say yes in the chat. Do you ever feel stuck like what do I post today to get leads? Do you ever feel like stuck? What do I post? Or feel glued to your messenger, like scouring, like who can I talk to? Who's in the pipeline? Who could I close that day? Or do you feel like you're in a constant hamster wheel trying to create interest and curiosity, but the same posts aren't working anymore? We've already said that most of you guys feel that way. Okay, so this isn't working anymore. Here's why. Here's what happened. The consumer is wiser. This is important to know. They're more discerning of promotional posts. In back in the day, the average person online couldn't discern that you were trying to pitch something. They thought, "Oh, Nicole's just sharing this new gut product that she loves." The consumer is way more educated, but they're also more distracted, and the whole landscape is way more saturated. Your pitch also, by the way, is outdated. I teach magnetic messaging inside of my communities. And one of the things I talk about is the language that you guys are using, especially if you're in direct selling. Now, if you are in network marketing, I'll tell you that most of the people I train, they are caught in what I call the first date proposal loop. The first date, how many of you guys know what this is? You create a post, you get a live one, you get somebody that's like, tell me more. And you're trying to close them on the first conversation. And even worse, if they are somewhat in a lukewarm or a colder lead, meaning they're not like a hot friend or like a really warm prospect, you're trying to get them to join your business and they have no idea who you are. Can you guys just tell me in the chat, is this insane? How many of you guys would propose to somebody on the first date? Probably not. You're like, well, maybe my husband. Well, yeah, you know him now, but you didn't propose on the first date. It's crazy. And it's antithetical to the trust economy. That's what we're in. We don't live in the content economy anymore. We live in the trust economy. People do not simply buy because they saw your post. That was 2011. That was 2015. And your coaches right now are teaching you decade old crap. And your mega coaches are teaching scripts from the 80s. So your veteran leaders that are on stage and those big trainers that sell all the books, there's only a few that I trust, by the way. If you ever want to know who they are, just text me. I'll let you know. But the big guys, they're teaching strategies from the 80s, scripts from the 90s, archaic stuff that just doesn't work in today's economy. People will buy when they trust your voice and your story. And write this down. They will trust when they believe that you can get them the transformation they want. It doesn't matter what that transformation is. If you are selling a crock pot, slow cooker, meal guide, meal prepping, saving time, money, energy for families, and they believe that Jan, I see Jan, hi, that Jan, that you're the one and your guide is going to save them time, energy, and money so that they don't have to think about food and they got food hot and ready at 5:30 when they get back from soccer practice, they're going to hand over that $59 or that $37 or that $97. If they believe your weight loss product is going to deliver a result, they will buy from you. But they're not going to buy just because they simply saw the post. They need to believe. Now, write this down. Trust is built through, let's talk about it, consistency. This is huge. Consistency. Everybody wants to like make a sale right now, but guys, sometimes they need to see it over and over and over. I talk about the time that a lot of my sales come because I wear people down. Trust is also built through authority, becoming a natural thought leader or a micro celebrity inside your space. And we're not talking about 1 million fans or 100,000 fans. I'm talking about 1,000 raving followers. Guys, write this down. If you have 1,000 raving followers, 1,000 raving fans online, you can make $100,000 a year online. If they all spend $100 a year with you, yeah, and you have 1,000 of them, you can make 100,000 a year online. Now, if you have 500 of them, but they spend $200 a year with you, that's still $100,000. Maybe your ticket, your item, your offer is a little bit more expensive. Maybe your item is only $50 and you need 2,000 people to spend $50 a year to make 100 grand a year. Trust is also built through vulnerability, value, connection, and repeat after me, repetition. Go to the chat and type repetition, repetition, repetition. Comment repetition one more time in the chat. Just one more time for me. Repetition, repetition. You want to build trust? Be repetitive with your messaging, with your offer, with your conversation, with your branding. If you are repetitive, guys, you will wear people down. And there's only one way that you can do this without completely burning out. I'll share that with you tonight. If you do not intentionally build trust with your audience, you will not convert them. Write this down. Trust is the bridge between attention and action. It's the activator. Without the bridge of trust, your content falls into the void of the deep of the newsfeed, of the social spheres. And your system, aka the vessels for the oil, must nurture the trust and must nurture trust long enough, often because it takes sometimes people 20 to 50 impressions of you before they pull out their wallet. Is this making sense why you cannot rely on posting alone? Your posts, if you have 5,000 friends, on a good day are hitting 40 to 80 people. 40 to 80 people are going to engage. I'm sorry, you're going to hit a little bit more than that in actual views, but 40 to 80 people will engage. Meaning if you have 5,000 friends, you get maybe 40 to 80 comments, likes, shares, reactions, hearts, etc. Which means that over 4,900 of them are not even participating in your information. How are you ever going to build financial freedom if you don't have a vessel to capture those people and to nurture them? Another harsh truth I've been talking in my emails preparing for this call is that you guys are building on borrowed land. That's a typo. Followers are not security, by the way. Last week, I lost my Facebook for a day. I have over 300,000 followers on Facebook. Now, I wasn't worried because this happened to me before. It was just a fluke. A bunch of people got locked out of it was a big cloud share outage of servers. I think I was just randomly picked through AI. But what would happen if you lost your Instagram or if you lost your TikTok or if you lost your Facebook? One of my girlfriends has lost her Facebook about 2 years ago now. It has devastated her business. She's never been able to come back from it. She never has. She can't create a new Facebook. She doesn't know where to go anymore. Like she's literally not been able to pivot. The most valuable thing I need you guys to write in the biggest text on your notes right now. The most valuable thing that you can own in your business is your list. The most valuable thing that you can own in your business is your list. So here's the 2026 separation. I'm going to make a call. I'm making a prediction. Make a drink and hopefully not die. Direct sellers, marketers, people online will be put into two different groups next year. You're going to have builders and broadcasters. Builders and broadcasters. One group grows and one group burns out. Which group do you want to be in? Do you want somebody who's building or somebody that's just broadcasting noise? Somebody that's just sharing and ripping off and repeating and copying and pasting what you saw your upline do or somebody in your company do. Something that doesn't even feel like authentic or the voice that God has given you. Or maybe it isn't something that you're even passionate about. Maybe your company has shifted gears in the last few months or last year to something else. You're like, I don't really feel excited about that product or that mission or that vision. I want to do my own thing. One is going to grow and one is going to burn out. Here's the missing tactic. I told you 98% of direct sellers do not have. It's the number one asset. Remember, I told you the list. It's the number one skill. It is a fully owned digital ecosystem, meaning you own the asset, you own the list, you run your own digital play. 98% of direct sellers have not set this up. You know why? Because their upline says it's not duplicatable, which isn't the right word, by the way. It's not even a word, it's called duplicable. Just a little fun fact. I'm a big fan. I tell my team all the time, I'm like, I have literally been promoting my list system for 2 years now. I'm like, it costs money, but everything does. But I'm like, if you want to own something that's truly yours and you're running leads, you got to have it. And I've tried everything for my team as well. This is the number one missing tactic that most direct sellers will be left out in the dust and why they're not going to profit. I have a little bit of a harder picture to paint for you guys here tonight because we have to talk about the industry. In the last 18 months, over 1 million reps were blindsided overnight, and their check was cut or gone. My question to you is what would happen if you got that email or got that call? Maybe you already have. What would you do if all of a sudden your $1,200 a month or $12,000 a month or $100,000, whatever it is that you're earning, was cut or gone overnight? I had a friend reach out to me, lukewarm friend, don't know her that well, just somebody in the community saying she's a six-figure earner. She's built for years, and her company made a shift, and she lost 40% of her check overnight because they switched comp plans. What would happen if you were relying on that money? What would you do, right? Here's why you need to have a owned digital ecosystem. This is the one asset that can make the difference between consistent revenue, consistent sales, or being constantly frustrated that you have nobody to talk to. It can be the difference between sustainable peace or endlessly hustling, trying to make content to get people to like and engage and watch a video and maybe buy your $50 product and you work so hard to get that one sale. How many of you guys are tired of hustling to sell like your $97 product? You're like, why am I working so hard to make $20 commission? Have you done the math on your work? It just seems dumb, doesn't it? When you could have technology do it for you. And having your own digital ecosystem, it could be the difference between a swift heartache, like getting that call, or strategically pivoting because you own your asset. I have a story I can't even share yet, but I know it'll come out in the future. I got a call this year. That was one of the more devastating calls in my career. I can't share details about it. But because of one decision a company made, I lost income overnight. I lost income, I lost relationships, and it was devastating. Financially, emotionally, or relationally, it was devastating. And I had no control over it. But because I own a digital ecosystem, there was not 1 minute of stress. I had the heartache of losing that business, but I was able to strategically pivot and say, you know what, that's okay. I can go build over here, or I can plant more seeds over here, or I could launch this over here. I could get a cash infusion over here. I'm talking six-figure decision made on my behalf that affected my family and the family of hundreds of people. You don't own your network marketing business, friends, and they can make changes on a dime that affect you. I need you to think smart. Your uplines won't tell you this. Your corporate officers won't tell you this. They want to keep you chained so that you work for them. That's why they also tell you to go into debt and buy nice cars. And they tell you to go and upgrade your house. And they tell you to buy the fancy bags and the Louis Vuittons and the things. And they encourage the spending. How many of you guys have seen this mentality in network marketing? Drop a two in the chat. You've seen, like, oh, you deserve it. You should upgrade. You've seen your upline do it. Most of you guys drive newer cars than me and my husband, and we're the millionaires. Most of you guys live in a nicer, newer, bigger home than me and my husband, and we're the millionaires. Why? Because I teach my team and the people around me that it's not what you make, it's what you bank. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. And I don't want to create slaves. I'm here to set captives free. Amen. That's what God came here and God's called us to do. We do it spiritually by sharing the Great Commission and the gospel, but we also share our business as a way to untether people to debt. So they won't tell you to go make your own ecosystem because why? It makes you free, Michelle. Melanie, are you getting this? It makes you a free agent when you own your own list. And when they do something that messes with your check, you can decide, God, what is right for me? Not, oh, I have to stay here and keep promoting because my entire livelihood is here. How many guys don't like that? That's an ick. Drop a three in the chat. You're like, I love my network marketing company, but I don't want to have to depend on it or feel like a slave to it. I want to use them to provide a product or a service or an opportunity or to send a commission check on my behalf when I am able to refer their products that I love. It's just a vehicle, Nicole. It's just a vehicle. And if they screw it up, you can pivot. Let's talk about content versus assets. So your current strategy we talked about is creating, posting, and engaging every single day. If you stop, everything stops. We know that. Content expires. This is the problem with content. It doesn't last unless you do the content that I teach you to do, and then it does last. Assets compound. So what is the number one asset? We talked about it. It's the list you own. It's using things like automated email flows that nurture and upsell leads. It's using automated campaigns that respond technologically, that they respond like AI, so you don't have to. It's using funnels to drive traffic even when you're not working. And it's having a pipeline of products that can be delivered 24/7, even if you're out of office. Or, the guys, imagine getting sales and you don't have to sell. You don't have to close. You don't have to do three-way calls. I want you thinking now of digital products and courses, things that don't require you to even open your mouth. You just make sales. So here's the flip. Stop creating content, just creating content. Now we need to, so stop merely creating content. We need to get really good at creating content, but we need to create containers, vessels for oil, and then funnel every single marketing piece that we do, every single content that piece that we do towards what? Those containers. If you're tracking with me, say I get it in the chat. You're kind of like picking up what I'm putting down, the bigger vision here of what we're building. If you guys are ready for the 3-step 1 case system, do a stretch, do a little dance. Woo! All right, let's rock and roll. Now, before I show you the system, you must know your core offer. You must know what is that you're selling. Now, I don't have time to teach you this, guys. I go into depth. I get into the throes into my upper room mastermind, which by the way is closed. You can't join it, but we will reopen it next year. So stay tuned for that. I help my clients, my students, dive deep on what their core offer is, and if they don't have one, we help manufacture one. Your core offer is a PISO, a product, information, service, or opportunity. It might be your company, but it might not be. It might be a course. It might be coaching. It might be a physical product. It might be a service that you offer. Okay? Basically, you need to know what's the one main thing that you're promoting to online. And this is the mountaintop transformation, I call it. Everyone wants to go to the mountaintop. They want the best view, the best transformation, the moment. What is the transformation and the vehicle that you're using to help the people that God's called you to serve? So it might be your opportunity, or it might be one of your product stacks, or it might be a coaching course or a digital product that you put together. Here's the 1K system. Let's do an overview. Write this down. Number one, step one is to collect. Number two is to nurture. And then number three is to convert. I want to break down each one in depth with you here today. Step one, collect. The first thing we want to do is we want to open the door with our prospects, our viewers, the strangers, and go on a little first date. Remember, we're not going to propose on day one. We're not asking for their hand in marriage or holy matrimony or for them to join our business. We're going to open the door for them. We're going to give them some flowers. We're going to give them a little freebie, as we call it, a little lead magnet, some sort of gift, for opting into your information to collect their data. So, Michelle, if you can give me your email address, I'm going to send you XYZ. I'm going to send you this guide, this PDF, this audio, this free masterclass. I'm going to send you something. So it's an exchange. If you guys get this, type one in the chat. If you're like, okay, I got it. I've done this before. I downloaded a freebie. I've downloaded a lead magnet. I've heard this before. I get some sort of gift for giving my information. The purpose of this freebie is to warm up and to prepare your audience. It's going to build trust, connection, and authority. It also should give your client a win. So it needs to be something that's valuable. They're like, oh, I love this. Like one of my freebies right now, some of you guys have downloaded, is my spiritual equipping audios. How many of you guys have downloaded one of my audios? Maybe Faith Without Fear, or maybe Anointed to Build. In 17 minutes it took me to record that. It helps them believe like what's possible. Like, oh my gosh, okay, this could work and this woman has value. It's not over teaching, it's more just to inspire like action and to be like, okay, this person, I want to go further up the mountaintop, right, with them. I want to go further up the path. The freebie opens the door and your core offer will invite them to the full transformation. I'm going to give you examples here. This freebie should build to your offer. So if your offer, let's look at health as an example. If your offer is a GLP-1 product for weight loss, you might have a freebie of like a 7-day appetite reset or some sort of quiz about the hormones of GLP-1. Is GLP-1 right for you? Or something, maybe gut health, if your GLP-1 product works on peptides. Okay. So you have this like, okay, I know my core offer, my mountaintop transformation. This is what I really ultimately want to sell. The freebie should be the first step up the mountain. If you're in a business niche, maybe you're selling like a workshop, like teaching people how to like revive their brand. And your freebie gives them like a little magnetic messaging workbook. Like it gives them an idea of like how to really create a brand that sounds and messages in a very connective way, in a really attractive way. And that's like their first step, their first taste of you. If you're in the relationship niche, maybe you sell a course on how to revive a marriage after infidelity or after separation or after kids or whatever. Maybe your freebie is 3 secrets that nobody knows or teaches about better communication. Or why maybe you have a better one like busting the myths that good communication is even the truth of a healthy marriage. Some people don't believe that. They're like, no, it's not communication. I'm like, okay. You give like some sort of guide, right? Some sort of little, challenge or 5 email campaign or little PDF. If you're in the faith or personal growth niche, maybe you're selling a purpose and calling coaching program, but you give a freebie of like, giving them like a 5-day challenge to feel more peace about their calling. So you're kind of giving them and working them through the mountaintop. Once you collect their information by handing them the freebie, by sending them the freebie, the next step is to nurture them. This is systematically building relationships, authority, and value over time using things like email flows. We used to call them autoresponders. And this automates the follow-up, conversions, and your communication. I need you guys to think back to the widow with the vessels. How many of you in your business right now, you get to a point where you have so many people in the pipeline, like you're talking to a ton of people in Messenger, it's overwhelming. Like, where are they at? What did they see last? When was the last time you touched them? When was the last time they saw some information? Do they need to see another story? Do they need to see another testimonial? Do they need to learn a little bit more about the ingredients? Do they need to watch another little webinar or hear from a doctor? Or do they need to like da 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 da? You're like thinking like, okay, how do I get them some more third party validation? How many guys have felt this? You're like, I know I have all these people that have seen something or I've talked to them, but there's somewhere in the process between invitation and conversion. The nurture process automates it for you so that you can drip on them information. You can establish yourself as an authority, but you can also wear them down with social proof, testimonials, value over time, and consistently point to your core offer so that sales start coming in. People will be like, Rachel, isn't email dead? Did you not see this slide? Did you not see it? I'm telling you guys, people are like, isn't email dead? I'm like, no, no. It is. Now, I'm a fan of text marketing, but I can blow in one text message, just so you know, into my list. If I have one list that I've cultivated via text, I can send one text message and it will cost me $280 to send one text message. How are you going to sustain that? Like, that's just crazy. My email campaigns cost me less than $99 a month. Oh, and by the way, that includes everything that I do online. $99 a month. How many guys can afford $3 a day? Say I. Drop a three in the chat if you can afford $3 a day to email unlimited times, unlimited people, and drip and nurture them and set it and forget it and broadcast them a deal, broadcast them a promo, let them know about a sale, let them know about Black Friday. $3 a day. You can't even buy Starbucks for $3 a day. Starbucks should be called $6. I get a decaf unleaded cappuccino there because I'm caffeine free. So I'm essentially drinking it for the experience and I pay $6. And every time I'm reminded that I'm a dum dum for spending $6 at Starbucks. But it's so good. Okay. And here's step three is convert. We're going to drive all of those leads back to our digital storefront, right? We own the ecosystem. We have them captured. We've been nurturing. We're going to drive them back to the storefront so that we can do easy checkouts, automated delivery so you don't have to send a thing. You don't have to send the course. You don't have to send the guide. You don't have to send the digital product. You don't have to send the workbook or the template or the journal. And you're going to make daily sales. Oh, also, this works with anything, guys. You could send them straight through your digital storefront to a shopping cart to your network marketing company. You could send them to an affiliate link for your favorite protein powder or greens powder or your favorite leggings or your Amazon storefront. How many guys want to get into affiliate marketing? Drop a four in the chat. You can use the nurture and the conversion steps to weave in offers that align with the people you're attracting. So if I'm attracting Christian entrepreneurs, I might, from time to time, which I do, share my favorite Bible through my Amazon storefront. And I earn like $2 affiliate, right? Nothing crazy. Won't pay all the bills, but I'll take it. Now, I need you guys to know that this is a funnel. And immediately when I say funnel, and I'm like, everybody needs a funnel, I lose people. And they're like, funnels? Oh my God, they're so hard. No, no, no. Guys, all of you have a funnel. You already have one. It's a path that you're using to take a stranger to a buyer. And your funnel might be, Patty, it might be that you're calling people up, introducing them to your core product, having them watch a video, maybe then having them watch another video or come to an event or come to an overview, and then following up with a shopping cart. You have a funnel. But most struggling businesses, they kind of leave the path to chance. They have no automation, they have no vessels, they have no nurturing. They're just like it's based on their will and if they're willing to work that day. Are they willing to work? That's their will. Now, if you do not have a systematic funnel, your followers do not know where to go. They do not know what you offer. They do not know how to buy from you. That's a big problem. The most annoying thing that I have with direct sellers is when they're hidden about their company. I'm like, Can you just please make it easy what it is that you do so I can buy from you? I'd like to join. I'd like to purchase. If they don't know the problem that you solve, they don't know the transformation you provide, confused people, write this down. Do not convert. Your messaging is so all over the place. You're so inconsistent with your content. And because you have no funnel, your people are like, I don't even know what she does. What does he do? What does he offer? I talk about the same 8 to 10 things on every single one of my posts. Go back and binge my content for 2 years. It's the same messages over and over, just reworded with ChatGPT. It's the same story I tell. Everyone knows that I'm helping people build a business online without losing their family, their friends, or their soul. They all know it. You all know that I share passive profits. You guys all know that I'm sharing about the shift. You guys all know that I'm sharing about having vessels and containers and that building systems is what brought me from 80 hours a week down to 20 hours a week and makes me $1,000 days. Now, I need you guys to really hit this in your head. Do you really expect to do all of this manually? Funneling all your prospects for the rest of your days through your offers, through your videos, hustling in the messenger. How many guys five are ready to are you ready to elevate? Like, I can't hustle a messenger anymore. You're not gonna hustle the text message anymore. Like, you're like, you'll do it for a few here people, key people here and there, but like, there is a better way. When you have no structure vessel, you cannot take the seeds that you plant to the next step. And I'm going to talk to you guys right now. This is why you're tired. This is why you're burnt out with your business. Some of you guys, it's not your business. It's the fact that you've been doing everything manually. You feel like you're constantly pushing a rope and your sales are so inconsistent. Your problem isn't just visibility, although we do need to fix that. And I don't have time to teach you visibility today. We need to spend a month on visibility, a month on how to get you more engagement. In the last 30 to 60 days, I've reached over, between Facebook and Instagram, 3 million people. In the last week, over 1 million people I've reached on Facebook alone. In a week. I think it's up to 2 million. I can actually check on my insights right now. Let me look in the last week. Yeah, probably roughly 1.7 million people I've reached. I'll teach you how to do that. I can't do it. I can do it in upper room. I can't do it here. Your problem is your visibility has nowhere to grow. Without building the storefront, you cannot lead somebody from interest to action. You can't nurture the follow-up automatically. You can't create more leverage passive income, and you can't multiply the work that you're already doing. This is the funnel. This is the 3 steps to get to $1,000 a month, and then $1,000 a week, and then $1,000 a day. When you have this, you're no longer relying on chance. You actually have structure and stewardship and clarity, and that's what God blesses it. Okay, you're like still wondering. I already know what you're gonna ask, so I just put it in slides. But how do I comma check my brand? How do I actually start making money? Let's look at some really ways. Talk about diversifying your income. Da da da. Diversifying your income. It's nearly 2026, and you still have all your eggs in one basket? Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. That's scary to me. Whether it's the government, your spouse, their income, or your network marketing, you have all your eggs in one basket. If one thing breaks, everything breaks. Everyone's coming to me like, I don't believe my income's secure. My company has shifted. I've lost my check. Here's how to create additional income streams. Write them down. Digital products. These are guides, PDFs, journals, planners, templates. Micro offers. These could be challenges or blitzes that you run with your audience. I just ran with a coach, a micro blitz with my team. He profited $20,000 for about 6 hours of work. Hello? Could you guys imagine having the structure and the vessels that you can do a call, do a launch, and make $20,000 and spend about 6 hours, 1 hour a week for 6 weeks doing a blitz? You might do coaching, full-blown courses, masterminds, affiliate income. You might introduce network marketing. Maybe you don't have that right now. Most of you guys do, about 70% of my audience does, but not all of you guys do. You can upsell to other things inside of your scope or even do things like live workshops. Here was my aha moment. Let me tell you a story. So once upon a time, I started affiliate marketing around 2010. And I was in network marketing and I started to actually see really amazing success with affiliate marketing. I was making three times as much, four times as much online than I was in my network marketing company. I wasn't making that much money, but I was making almost six figures online. So I published my first ebook. It was called The Authoritative Internet Network Marketing Roadmap. Guys, I couldn't find a picture, but I found one of my old students, Jess, by song. Jess made a video review of it, and I had to screenshot and show you it existed. Okay, so this is back when I was Rachel Jackson, and at this point, in 1 year, I had built my list to about 1,000 raving fans. They were direct sellers. I launched it at $67, and I made $8,000 on my first ebook in a week. That was the first time I was like, aha, I don't just have to make money in my network marketing thing. I can actually take what I know, I can publish it, and I can sell it to those that are in my space as an authority. And I even called it an authoritative guide, a roadmap. My second aha moment was fast forwarding about 7 years. I had made millions in direct sales, and now I had built a list of over 10,000 people. But I came to a realization of this: 99% of the people that are in my list, in my space, would never join my company. Why? They were already in it, or they are already happy in their company. They didn't want to join my anti-aging company. They loved their oils company. They loved their, or maybe we were in the same company. They're never going to join me. But guys, I had something to share. I had experience, I had expertise, I had my passion, and that's when Soul CEO was born. And since then, I've launched over 24 different courses, made millions online. Here's the good news. You already have this inside of you. The knowledge, the experience, the expertise, the passion that you have is already monetizable. You already know something that somebody else doesn't know, and they're willing to pay you for it. It's not on the screen, but I taught this on last month's masterclass. If you were in October's, you were there. That we're in the knowledge economy. The problem is you have not taken your simple knowledge, your experience, your expression, your passion, and packaged it yet. You haven't put it in a form that can be easily monetized and delivered automatically. So let's say example that we can get you to the 1K a month system. You have a modestly put together, I'm talking like a 30-page guide. Something that actually ties into your core offer, maybe something that upsells to your big ticket item or your coaching or your opportunity. But you create a simple digital product like a guide, a PDF, a ebook, a audio series, a workbook, whatever. And we list it for $37. If you make one sale a day for 30 days, that's $1,110 a month. Teresa, the thing you already know, Gary, the thing you already are aware of that you know, the knowledge you already have. I'm not saying that you're an expert or PhD at this. I'm just saying that you are one chapter ahead of most of your audience and the people that are around you. The one thing you already know, you just haven't packaged it yet into an offer and actually created some content and some running room and some nurturing around it. The three-step funnel. One sale a day at $37 is $1,100 a month. Now, the misnomer is that most people think that they need a giant audience or huge offers or expensive high ticket things or fancy branding or a logo to make money online. No, no, no. The truth is so much better than that. You already have everything you need to make $1,000 months inside of you. You need one, write this down, guys. You need one simple digital product. One. Something that you can create in a day. And it's best if it's something that ties into your main offer because you're never going to make it you rich off of $37. No, no, no. We need an offer that's somewhere between 3 and 500 to get you wealthy, to scale. But if this is something that ties into your main offer, your core offer, your coaching, your workshops, your network marketing opportunity, whatever it is your core offer, this can be a launching pad to this. Again, I'm talking about something simple that you can create in a day, a PDF guide that could be a Google Doc or made in Canva if you want it to be pretty, a checklist, a mini ebook, a template of scripts or whatever, a short audio series. My spiritual equipping, although it's very good and it did take me a lot of work. It took me less than a week really to produce. Sharon's like, I have so many, I just need to do something with them. Do it. God has already put the prompting on your heart to do it. Where you are saying maybe, God has already said move. And delayed obedience is disobedience. Kelly says, I need to stop being a perfectionist to create something. Because you're going to change it a million times later. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Price it at 37, modest, simple, something accessible for everyone to buy. And from $1,000 months, how do you get to $1,000 days? Well, the moment your funnel starts working, when your digital storefront is set up, it's working, everything can compound. Why? Because your list is growing, your messaging is improving, your confidence is improving. You're making sales every day, every week. You're like, oh my God, this is working. Now all of a sudden your audience trusts you. You have testimonials coming in, and your storefront becomes a revenue engine. Write this down. It's not on the slide. Success begets success. Failure begets failure. Meaning the moment you move into some success, you're wanting $1,000 days right now. Let's crawl and then walk and then run. Let's crawl. Let's get $1,000 months. Let's sell $37. Let's sell one a day. Let's start with that. And then we'll scale from there. Now, before you get overwhelmed, before we end here today, I'm going to show you guys how you can do it in 7 days or less. And we're running out of time, so I'm going to have to go fast. And guys, don't worry. This is, again, if you want to go deeper, this is all stuff I teach in Upper Room. And 2026, I'll open up again. It'll be slightly different. I'm so excited what we're building. The breakthroughs that my students, we have 50 students in there right now. The progress we're making with them to launch their brands. We're literally building six-figure brands. I can't wait for you to see them. How do we actually turn this on? How do we actually turn you guys into $1,000 monthers? How do we monetize off of what you know? Here's the problem. I've tried with every software. ClickFunnels, Kajabi, Teachable, Aweber. How many guys have tried any of these? Let me know. Like I've tried every single email producer, MailChimp, Aweber, Flowdesk, Go High Level. I've used Self-Made recently. It's a monster software. It's absolutely garbage in the sense of it's the most technical software I've ever been on the back end of. And the problem is the barrier of entry is too high. And I'm not just saying the cost, although I would bleed $400 a month with Active Campaign and I would spend $1,000 a month with Go High Level. But it's more about the technological know-how. It was too steep for most of my students, and sometimes for me. It was too difficult to learn. So I want to introduce you guys to the solution. This is my favorite. This is where we're coming to a head. I'm going to help you guys do this, and you're going to do it with something called Stand Store. This software platform has come into my life 2 years ago and completely transformed my business to $1,000 days. I'm telling you guys, it's been the easiest thing I've ever implemented. And anybody who does implement it, they fall in love with it. I'm going to break you through how it works. I transitioned from spending 6,000 or more a year on my systems, 6,000 or more a year, to $99 a month. Why? There's no website needed with Stand Store. It's your all-in-one link in bio. It's easy for beginners. It is lightning fast to set up. It links directly to your list, meaning when people come in through your link in your bio, when they opt in for anything, they immediately go into the nurture campaigns that you set up. So you don't have to go and like integrate with Zapier, Aweber, or MailChimp, or Flowdesk, or ActiveCampaign. It's everything is all in one. going to show you that. It automatically delivers your products and your coaching and whatever it might be that you're selling. And it's one simple monthly fee that's all inclusive. So it's not scaling that the more successful you are or the bigger your list, the more expensive it is. Stand Store is the new, what I call starter site. Bar none, it is the easiest way to get paid online. There's no tech overwhelm with this. I've never had anybody be confused with Stand Store. Literally, if you can send an email or upload an attachment, I'm going to show you guys how simple it is to use. I'm going to use my mom's account. If you can watch this Zoom, you can use Stan. You will be a Stan lover. It makes it possible for me. I get daily leads, daily sales, and daily growth, even when I'm not online. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this in 7 days or less. Okay. So here's how we're going to monetize your brand in a week. You're going to sign up for Stan and you got to choose your core offer. Remember that everything starts with knowing what it is that your core offer is. And if you don't have one, we need just to pick one temporarily, maybe for the next few months until you get a little bit more clear. I don't have time. I spend 2 hours in upper room teaching core offer. I can't teach it in 2 minutes here. You need to figure that out. Day two, if we want to take a week to do it, but you could do it in hour or two, or it takes you 5 minutes later. Create your freebie. This might take an hour. It might take 4 hours. Depends on how anal you are and how big you want it to be and special. You can buy freebies online. Again, I can't teach you everything here tonight. I don't have the time. But you can absolutely purchase and have them made for you. You can purchase templates and have them made and customized. I'll show you what I did with my mom. We're going to publish it, your freebie. We're going to upload your core offer. We're going to add your first email sequence to nurture and convert. We can add additional offers by day 6. Actually, you guys, you can do this in hour 6. You can do it in one day. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to spread it out over a week, add additional offers to your store. And then day 7, you want to launch your storefront. Now, I want to give you a case study of my mom, who's an upper room student. She's a network marketer, AKA your midlife vitality coach. Okay. So my mom is 71 years young, 71 years young. And I want to show you her stand. Has this been valuable to you guys already? Has this been helpful to anybody? Drop a 7 in the chat if it's been helpful, if you've learned a thing or two, if you're like, okay, I got more for you guys. We're not done yet. I just want to show you a quick overview of Stan, okay? So here I am. I'm in my mom's Stan store. So this system is so dang simple. On the left, we have a purple menu stripe. This has all of your main capabilities, your store, tracking your income, your analytics, like how many views you're getting, leads you're generating, your customers, if you make any Stan referrals, because they have a referral program, your emails, and even your auto DM feature so that if you're making content on Instagram and somebody comments under a reel, you can connect Stan and Stan can reply on your behalf. So imagine when you're creating content on Instagram and you're talking about your offer, or talking about your freebie, or talking about whatever it is, and you can set up Stan Store to literally send a DM reply to them. So you don't have to. It's all automated. Okay. So here's what we did. My mom set up her store. We already did a little bit of work in here this week in Upper Room. But she's wanting to build her core offer is a gut health product stack. It's a physical product through her network marketing company. And she wants to target midlife women to help them with their energy, metabolism, mood, and sleep. She wants to help them break free, not only physically, but also through faith. So what my mom did, she found a beautiful PDF online. We did some basic edits through ChatGPT. How many guys love Chatty? Drop an 8 in the chat if you love ChatGPT. And we customized the freebie that she purchased online, the lead magnet. She did not design this beautiful lead magnet, by the way. We customized it with ChatGPT and then we uploaded it. We named it. ChatGPT gave us the name. ChatGPT gave us the subtitle. Put on our little button and we published it. Boom. Now there was a little further step. We actually had to upload the PDF. How many guys can upload a PDF? Drop a 9 in the chat. You can make sales on Sandstore. ChatGPT can write the copy. ChatGPT can write the ebook, and you can upload a PDF. Congratulations, you are now making money online. What's your excuse? Now, to make go a little further, as we started to build out an email flow. Guess who wrote the email flow? ChatGPT. We trained ChatGPT who my mom is, what her target audience is, and what they're looking to do. We made some changes. Some of it sounded a little robotic as usual, but they wrote the basics of it. We started building a email flow. So the moment, guys, the moment that somebody opts in for her freebie, this midlife vitality roadmap, rebalancing the two hidden systems to shape your energy, metabolism, mood, and sleep, they get set into a 30-day drip campaign about what? Her core product. Her freebie not only sells to her core product, her emails now drip about the product. Oh, but also when we built her stand store, which is so beautiful, look at this little link in bio. She also added in so far her community. She has over 800 people in her Facebook group. Can you guys take a screenshot? How many guys know how to take a screenshot? Drop a one in the chat. You can upload to Stand Store. We took a screenshot of her Facebook group. That's the little picture right here. We copy and pasted the URL. And we even asked Chatty to give us a little subtitle where women 40 plus get clarity, encouragement, and tools to thrive in their second half. She's building a community. She has over 800 midlife women that are looking to lose weight, feel better, grow in their faith, and basically thrive in the second half of their life. Cool. That's all right there. Now, this gets even so much more fun. Sorry, my internet's just crummy, crummy, crummy. Um, you can send broadcast emails out. So let's say, for instance, you guys are moving into a Black Friday sale like I'll be this week. I'm able to email thousands of people at once about my offer through Stand Store. I don't have to go anywhere else. I don't have to buy another software. I go right here, go to my list like my mom will do as she builds it up from there. Stand also offers referrals. So if you have other people, you can actually create a referral code here and refer other people to Stand, and you can get your Stand paid for. 5 referrals gets your Stand paid for. It's just a simple affiliate marketing plan. It's really easy to set this up. You literally just set up like your integrations, your billing. You can set up Zoom if you want to take customers like calls, discovery calls. You can set up your Instagram to send automatic replies for you. You can set up your PayPal or Stripe in order to receive your payments. You can change the design of this. Guys, look how easy it is just to change. Change the colors, change the flow, make it branded, change like, okay, I like this one, but I think I want to make it blue, or I want to make it green. That's too green. I want to go more aqua. I want to go lighter. Play around with it. Ooh, sagey green, right? Okay, get back over here. Like minimum. You can change the font. How many guys can do this? You don't need to build a website. This is literally the most copy and paste system. I've never had one of my clients have difficulty setting up a Stand Store. It is literally the most simplistic thing ever. That's moved me to $1,000 days. Now, I'm going to give you a few more tips. Let me go back and then we'll open it up. We'll have about 5 minutes for Q&A. Okay, so this is my mom. We found her freebie online. She did not design this. It was a Canva template she bought. I teach all of my students how to go do this so you don't have to, but you can create a Google Doc. It does not have to be pretty. She just wanted it to be pretty. We made it her brand colors. She put in all the ChatGPT promptings that we put, and we built her Stand Store in a 90-minute period. Took us 90 minutes to build it. So she's got her roadmap to collect the information. This is the valuable gift that opened the door to the conversation. She's got her email list, the flows that is going to automate conversions. And then she's driving everyone to her digital storefront. And by the way, she's already setting up her affiliate links to her favorite leggings for lymphatic flow, red light therapy, vibration plate, all the sort of stuff that she wants to sell, hormonal cream, like a bioidentical hormone cream. She's setting up all of those so she can start cashing in. Remember, I told you guys about my different income streams. One of them is silly. How many guys love, like, you drink protein shakes? Drop a two in the chat. You drink smoothies on a daily basis. I'm a smoothie girl. I drink a smoothie almost every day for breakfast. I've been drinking the same shake since 2018. And one scoop, it's the best shake on the planet. It's the best tasting. And one scoop is the equivalent of 4 ounces of grass-fed beef. It's called Equip. And I talk about Equip a couple times a month on my Instagram. I have a little affiliate code. You guys can go to my stand store to check it out if you want to try it. Every month, Equip sends me $200 to $1,200 depending on how many my sales are. Now, am I actively promoting Equip? No. But I have so many people going to my store. I know you guys are like, most of you guys have heard of Equip through me. Because I have so many views to my store, right? 10, 50, 100 a day. People scroll through or they see my stories and they're like, okay, they click the link in my bio and then they go purchase it and I get paid. These are daily sales without the daily grind. I need you guys to imagine this. Remember, we said God blesses structure, order, and diligence, not chaos, and definitely not lottery mentality. You're praying that God's just going to bless you with a downline or with 100 new customers. No, no, no. You need to build the containers. You need to build the structure there. And this can give you more peace. It can give you more predictability with your income, leverage in your business. So you're not having to do the whole follow-up game. How many guys sign up customers into your network marketing company? Drop a three in the chat. How many guys sign up customers in your network marketing company? Would it be valuable if you had an automatic campaign that dripped on them for you for the first 90 days of their enrollment? About the ingredients, about the technology, about the science behind it, or maybe to join your ATM Facebook customer group, or maybe to learn about the business opportunity, or how they can refer others and get it for free. You can build that with Stan. You don't have to have another service. So every time you get your new customer in your network marketing company, you can plunk them in, and guess what happens? If your company turns on a dime, you have your list saved. If your company goes under or closes its doors, which has happened in the last year to like 10 companies, you have everyone saved. Jody asks, how do you become an affiliate for things like protein butter? Well, find a brand you love and go to the bottom of the website. It's called a footer. Type that in the chat, footer. And you'll see something called affiliates. If they have an affiliate program, it'll say affiliates. And you usually need to apply. Sometimes they have parameters, they have minimums, you have to have 1,000 followers or whatever. But usually most companies it's a case by case basis and you have to go through a little process. I haven't gotten accepted into everyone, but I've gotten accepted into my main favorite ones, and those are the ones that are constantly in my rotation. I want you guys to imagine the future of what you're building, having clarity of what your offer is, having clarity of your messaging, and you're actually building with systems instead of having stress. This is how you can build something you actually own instead of renting your influence or network or time. I partner with companies that I believe in and I refer people to their products, but I own my big asset. So if ever I need to do something or I feel God is leading me to do something, I can shift. I did that when I joined my company 10 years ago. My previous weight loss company were running themselves into the ground, but I owned my list and my micro celebrity brand, so I was able to pivot. Now, there's a ton of other different technologies where it's like, well, how is this different? I haven't used Squarespace. I know that's a website builder. All I know is every single other software that I have had my clients try or that I have personally tried, Kajabi, Teachable, etc., they don't do it all. And they're not simple. So you still need an email flow. You still need a ManyChat. You still need a way to payment process. The thing that I love about Stan is it's all in one. All in one. Now, I do have an offer for you guys if you're ready. Remember, I told you guys I have a gift. I do offer a 14-day free trial with Stan. So there's two different versions of Stand Store. They have a creator at $29 a month or 300 a year, or the Creator Pro that I'm on, which is $99 a month or 948 a year. You save 2 free months. It depends on where you're at with growing your business, but I only recommend the Creator Pro for the most part. You guys can actually take advantage of this tonight at join.stand.store/soul CEO. The reason I like the Creator Pro is because it has the email marketing built in. So I love like to not have to have MailChimp or not to have Flowdesk or not to have any other, I don't need to have those. I can do everything in Stan. I can also offer discount codes. I can do upsells. I can do the funnels. They have a whole funnel builder. I can also have affiliates for my courses. I can offer payment plans. And I can do like pixel tracking, like which is a little bit more complex if you run ads. I don't run a lot of ads. I run like $5 ads here or there. And I'll teach that in Upper Room next year. I run very cheap ads, but most people, 99% of the things I do, I run ad free. It's just organic. So if you guys want, you guys can join a free 14-day trial. And I do have a gift for you. I created one of my best-selling courses because this was so successful for me. I created a guide called the Stand Source Success Guide. This teaches you how to build your funnel framework. And I want to give this to you guys for free. If you sign up on Stand Store with me after watching this here tonight, I'm going to give you guys this guide for free. This is over 50 pages, and I'll teach you literally walk you through how I built to multiple six figures using Stand Store, my proven layout, how I list my products, how I create converting descriptions, how I write powerful emails, my simple funnel tools, how I use order bumps. That's been huge. So once they buy one thing, offering another. Over 20 different ChatGPT prompts to create products, write emails, optimize messages, sales letters, all of it, do it all faster. This is my free gift to you guys if you want to sign up with Stan. So again, no pressure. If you don't want to sign up with me or if you have somebody else, that's fine. But as a gift, as a thank you, if like, hey, this was valuable to you, you want to be a part of Stan with me, all you need to do, guys, it's really simple. And by the way, this guide is literally building your whole digital storefront in one place, beginner friendly, all done for you, and you'll get it for free. So sign up today, join.stand.store/soul CEO, or you can go to my Stand Store and there's a link for the trial right there. It's in my Stand Store as my favorite tool. And you can email me or my team at asksoulceo@gmail.com with your name, your email, your phone number, and we'll email you back your free course so you can begin setting up your storefront. I can't tell you how many people have done this on my card. I've made dozens and dozens of referrals, and everyone has said this is the coolest thing I've ever done. This is the slickest link in bio. It replaces my websites, it replaces my email marketing, it replaces all the things that I was doing, my ManyChat. I have it all in one place. It is just really fun. And there's 14 days. So if you get in there and you're like, hey, it's not for me, there's nothing lost, right? Now I have a few more minutes, maybe like 5 more minutes to answer any questions that you guys might have or screen share. So you guys can either go to the chat and ask the question, or you can also raise your hand and I can unmute you. I can't believe we made it through. Barely, but my voice did. Okay. Anthony, what's your question?
Hi, Rachel. If I didn't see you, I wouldn't think it was you. I can barely.
I know,
I hope you get better soon.
crazy.
Anyway, someone has been trying to sell me Talk Fusion.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, and I haven't bid on it yet, but she's trying to usual thing. Oh, it's going to help you with your marketing, blah blah blah. And I don't know anything about it because I'm a little bit behind the eight ball technically. But we're going to overcome all that, right? The thing is that something similar to this?
Not even a little bit. It's
Okay.
using video email
Hmm.
as their primary offer, to basically send the power, like videos via email.
Okay.
Talk Fusion really came like 15 years ago. They're kind of outdated now. I haven't heard about it in years. I haven't heard anybody even promoting it. It's nothing comparable to Stan. And I've not played with Talk Fusion in over a decade, but I would bet to say that's probably not nearly as user friendly for somebody like you than Stan Store.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't played with it, so I never ever promote something I never used. But I did play with it back when it launched, but it was even then, it was like kitschy, and maybe anybody else in the chat who's had some Talk Fusion experience will speak to it. But it's not going to replace your link in bio. It's not going to replace your website. It's not going to do all of your nurturing campaigns, and it's not going to do it for $99 a month. That's what I know.
Okay, good enough. That's
Yeah.
that's great. I'm glad I asked. My follow up is now, which I would have had with them. If I don't have an email to start, is that going to be a an email list rather? Is that
No,
going
because most people don't have one. Like my mom doesn't have one. I
to?
mean, she has a database in the sense that she has a following and she has a Facebook group, but she hasn't collected emails. I think she might have a random CSV Excel file from old customers from our previous company 10 years ago, but like nothing. So this is really meant, the whole conversation tonight is for beginners.
Okay.
But that being said, I know there's a woman going to be watching the replay that I was talking with on Facebook, one of our Soul CEO followers, and I guess student. And she has a list of 120,000 from her previous network marketing company. She transitioned this year and she's like, can I upload those? And I'm like, yes, you can. You can upload those and you can start from there. But most people are going to be starting from scratch. And when I started with Stan Store, I started again from scratch as well because I was like, well, I have my list over here, but I'm going to start all here. And the one thing I love about Stan is my email deliverability rates are super high. They are super, super high. Where with other providers, I like with Active Campaign or whatever, I was really blown away that I didn't get as many emails delivered. Meaning like how many people actually like opened them, like the open rates of the emails. I'm trying to pull up my account so you guys can see. You can totally upload your current customers' emails into Stan. You just got to get their approval.
Mhm.
See, that was a question in the chat for sure. So thanks, Anthony. We'll go to Allison next for your question.
Last thing about the upper room, will I be able to get in that?
Upper room is closed right now for enrollment, but we will open it in 2026 on a slightly different variation, but it'll be the same ideas. It's basically, if you guys don't know what Upper Room is, it's my core mastermind. It's an immersion of faith and in business where I teach all these core methodologies, but everything is extremely backed through scripture. There's a lot of additional thought out, like we read through Kings. So we do have a bit of an altar call in there as well for you to grow spiritually. We have a devotional in there for you to expand into your business. Stewardship and how to learn the word and like how God is intending you to run as an entrepreneur, as a kingdom entrepreneur. So yes, that'll be open next year for sure. If you guys have any questions on my stand, I'm going to put it here in the chat. On my stand, I have a link for the upper room waiting list. So you guys can click on that. I just put in the chat. Go to stand.store/soul CEO, stand.store/soul CEO. You have the upper room waiting list, and you also have your free trial if you guys want to try. So, Allison, over to you.
So I like what I'm seeing on the stand store because I've built out Kajabi before. Whew.
It's hard, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's
Um,
expensive.
yeah. So does Stan hold courses? Can you put your
Yes.
course content in there?
Yep. I've hosted several courses there, and they also do reoccurring revenue. So if you have like you want to get people like a monthly retainer, things like that, all that.
Membership or something?
Yep,
Yeah.
memberships.
So that then it does all your email service provider and text messaging SMS service, or
Not SMS at this time, just email.
so are you connecting Project Broadcast or something?
Nope, I'm not doing any. I have Go High Level, but with my current business, I'm not doing any SMS with it, with Soul CEO, I should say. I only use SMS with my network marketing business. Go High
Gotcha.
Level.
I like it.
Yeah, very expensive. Melanie says, can we get a Black Friday special up and running? Well, how much time can you devote in the next 48 hours? I would get on it. Allison, any more questions?
No, that's it.
Awesome. Glad that you're here. I'm just seeing if there's anything else in here, going back through the chats. Thank you guys for dealing with my throat and all that. Rosa asks, do you do paid ads to bring in followers? Not followers, but I strategically play with very small ads to see boosting different stories. That's one thing I'm testing. I actually took a course on this. So I've been testing this strategy and seeing what combination of text versus imaging versus like call to actions have been working. And that's what I'm going to be teaching in Upper Room next year is very like $5 ads, $5 a day, like really simple ads that people can do just to boost kind of visibility. So I'm playing with that, and I've only ever done really inexpensive ads. Facebook is really expensive. Instagram's a little bit easier, but they're both meta. But I don't run big campaigns. I run almost all organic. So 99.9% of my visibility, 99.9% is organic reach. So that's 1 to 3 million people a month through the content strategies that I teach. So just see if there's any other questions. Christopher, Angela, I'll unmute you. Christopher, you need to raise your hand. You go to React and the menu stripe, and then I can unmute you. Angela, what's your question?
So you made a comment about Go High Level. I have Go High Level. I'm using that currently for my network marketing business. But with your other businesses or the other tools that you're using to generate income, do you find the Stand Store platform easier to use than Go High Level?
So I use Go High Level that's white labeled within a system called Self-Made.
Okay.
And that's what we use for our network marketing team. And it is by far the biggest headache I've ever been a part of. We've used Go High Level separately in 2024 to create a sample launch system with our team. We split tested that into one downline, one leader's team, because I have, 4 different continents that I build in and major markets. And so we kind of split tested into one US market just to see how it went. The thing that I'm not saying that Stand Store does everything. I say Stand Store does enough. So one of the things that I taught with Upper Room is that you can get to all you need is Stand Store to get to about 20 grand a month. From there, the conversation to add in additional tools becomes a lot more exciting. Why? Because you have revenue. And even to that point where you can hire an agency. So one of the girls that I'm mentoring this last summer hit her first $30,000 to $40,000 months in her digital marketing business. So she has a specific health issue. She's in a niche helping women with this health issue. She developed a guide and a website, like a whole training platform, education, inspiration for these women that are dealing with this thing called lipedema. And she got to 30 to 40,000 a month. The next thing for her to do, or really at that point when she hit multiple six figures, was she brought on an agency to scale. So we had to refer her to an agency to scale to 7 figures because she didn't have she didn't have like a VA in place to handle the DMs she was getting at. She went from, about 30,000 followers to 150,000 followers. So that's a good problem to have, right? Now I want to give you guys also perspective. Just because you're at $20,000 a month, I'm more than that. You don't need to switch away from Stand Store. My mentor makes 20,000 a day on Stand Store. She doesn't have Go High Level. She doesn't do text marketing. She does everything. She sells 2 guides, 2 PDFs, and makes 15 to 20,000 a day. In the last 3 years, she's made $10 million, almost $10 million on Stand Store. So you don't have to have everything else. Sometimes what I find, and you guys take this or leave it, I find that the more complex I've gotten, the more stressful it's been. So I've been in Russell Brunson's inner circle with ClickFunnels. So I was in his inner circle paying $20,000 a year because I was one of the first members. Now it's probably higher. $25,000 a year to be in his inner circle. And by the time I got into that, so I was paying 2 grand a month, essentially, 25,000 a pop. at that point, I would also start bringing on teams and agencies and advertising and all this sort of stuff. And it became like so overwhelming. Like it was a lot to like maintain. And I'm like, this is not really the freedom flow that I really want. To me, I love the piece of just having things really, really simple. And I have a bit of a, to me in my niche, guys, also put this in perspective. I have a duty to bring you guys something that's easy because there's enough coaches teaching overwhelm. There's enough coaches that are backing systems that are effective like Kajabi, but man, the learning curve is steep. Most of you guys would just be taken out, which is the setup of Kajabi. And you're still not going to have all the things that you need. You need to plug in all these other providers or connect them. Where with Stan, it's like it's just all in one. Now, if you guys scale with Scan to 20,000 a month or even to 10,000, you're like, Rachel, where do I go from here? Let's set up a one-on-one coaching call and I can move you to one of my agencies to see how we scale you to seven figures. That happens around $250,000 a year. But until then, I don't think we have to worry about it. Christopher, what's your question?
I remember you from a long time ago. I think you did some video with some contest Jonathan Budd was doing. He did a Nutella.
Yeah. I met a girl at church. I was getting tea at church. And I go to a small church, it's less than 800 members, right? It's a fairly small church in Minnesota. And she leans over the coffee thing and she goes, "This might sound weird, but I've been following you since Jonathan Budd days." I'm like, oh my God. I was like, blast from the past. That was literally my first affiliate marketing. So how
And I
fun.
met you in person. I actually took a picture with you at the Cake Shake Company. So at
Oh,
convention.
good.
But anyway, just to address about Talk Fusion, that gentleman brought up. I got a good friend, very successful network marketer, and he was really pushing Talk Fusion recently because they did rebrand themselves and relaunch
Mm,
2.0.
yeah.
Um, he ran from it, just so you know. And so he's on to something else. He said he saw a lot of issues. So I just wanted to give that guy some just a
Yeah,
lot.
I mean, there's the softwares and systems are a dime a dozen. And I'm not saying, like I said, there might be one that's even better. And if I find it and I test it and I get better results, I'll let you guys know. But I've been using this now for 2 years and I've never seen something so simple and see something that's so predictable. I was trying, oh, my internet was just being dumb. I was trying to look at my email. Look at these open rates. I'm gonna give you guys these open rates. These are my last few emails I sent. 50% open rate. 39%, 48%, 68%, 71%, 75%, 65%, 67%. Can we just say like what the heck? And then I got some ones that are lower. Let me go down. 39.5%, 61%, 25%, 60%, 37%, 69%, 35%, 22%, 26.8%. That is stupid, guys. Email rates, because Stan's deliverability is so high. Email open rates on like a lot of like Aweber is like 3 to 4%. So that's the one thing that sold me was like my girlfriend, my mentor who's making 20,000 a month on StanSource, she's like, I love the open rates. I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it. Kelly.
Okay, so my question, I'm a weird person, right? So I'm a CPA and a nurse, and do you recommend then having like different Instagram accounts? Because my stuff right now is all really pretty personal. I haven't even really grown my network marketing very big. Um, because it's all personal and like family, family and friends stuff. But I know those are like outreaches I already have where people trust you.
Sure.
But if I'm looking to grow more, what do you recommend, or do you create like new, I don't know, pages, or I don't know
No,
all this
I
stuff.
just I recommend actually collapsing as much as possible. God blesses simplification.
Yeah.
God blesses clarity. And so collapsing where you can, meaning less pages, less profiles, less platforms, less systems, like have less offers, having one thing. One of the things I'm teaching in Upper Room is having one offer for 6 months, meaning we're building out their whole funnel right now. We're in the midst of this week, like literally building out their funnel. And they're committing this for 6 months. Why? So we can test it, so we can create authority there, that we can create some predictability with our audience. They know, and then they'll also learn the messaging because they'll be saying so much they'll be bored. Some of you guys are just so all over the place with your branding, your messaging, your content, your pillars, you love this, you love that, your ADHD. I get it. I'm right there with you. But I recommend actually collapsing it. It's better to have one. Now, it might be the fact that you don't highlight everything about you. I mean, it's cool if you have multiple degrees and multiple interests and things like that, but you got to choose one lane. And I'm not saying that you're just niching yourself down, that you're losing yourself. I'm saying that people are going to follow you for a reason, and it's the whatever is the value or transformation that you're going to offer them. Having additional letters after your name or posting stuff about your family, again, we can spend and we will spend in Upper Room next year an entire month on content. And I don't have enough to tell you here, but people just don't care about probably the stuff you're posting, which is why you haven't blown up your network marketing business. So I think it's deciding that you're going to really take and use social media for profit and use social media to serve and use social media to walk in the calling that God is nudging in your heart. And then getting really clear, building a system and a flow to do so. And it doesn't have to be through me to teach you that. I'm happy to do it in the future when I'm back from maternity leave. But I think you have to decide like what it is that you really, really want to do. And most of the personal stuff doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And if it is even more clear, guys, I almost only post personal stuff on Facebook. My Instagram is strictly business. I mean, there's photos of Kashi, there's photos of Tony, there's random little things that create some, I don't know, likability, but it's all marketing. That's what's worked for me. Because again, people don't care. They don't care about your kid's recital. They don't care about that. So, guys, offer if you'd like. No pressure. It's no big deal, but I hope you guys got something today, the idea of that, hey, you're sitting on something that's so big and so huge, and you can do it. And if you guys want to sign up through my link, I'll send you guys the free guide. And you just have to email my team, and myself or one of my VAs will respond back and give you the course. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. God bless, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving if you're here in the US. And we'll see you in December. December will probably be more of a spiritual equipping course because we've done 2 months now in business. So we'll probably air back to something spiritual equipping for the new year. So stay tuned to our next masterclass. I hope this was of value. God bless, guys.